Adventures come in all shapes and sizes, and this week I went on an adventure I wasn't expecting. I have never really been that into art, but I think that was because I was never really exposed to it. Going to the Ackland Art Museum in Chapel Hill this week was my first time ever stepping foot into an art museum, and it opened my eyes to a whole new world. One piece in particular gave me an open mind about art. The sculpture Sentinel No. 2 by Seymour Lipton is a wonderful sculpture which should be seen by art lovers and non-art lovers alike, especially those who have had little exposure to art or are just looking for an art adventure. When I first walked into the museum, I thought I would go in, look at some paintings on the wall for a few minutes, and then leave to write my review. So I walked around for a bit, trying to find something that inspired me. But then I walked around into the European and American art from 1890 to 1950 exhibit, and something changed. I found myself staring at a painting called Undulating Expanse by Hans Hofmann. I'm still not entirely sure what it is, but I stood there for a few minutes and contemplated what it could be. My thoughts were interrupted by one of the security guards who came over and asked me if I liked it. I told her I did, and then proceeded to tell her that this was my first time in an art museum. Immediately, she had me turn around and look at the sculpture behind me, and asked what I saw. The sculpture was Sentinel No. 2. I saw an angel, but then I looked at it from a different angle and saw elephant tusks. It turns out that, according to the security guard, that people come in and look at Sentinel 2 and see all sorts of different things. Some people see knights and nuns and angels and tusks and all sorts of things. When the artist Seymour Lipton made Sentinel No. 2, he said it was a kind of figure of a knight, and it has an arm which seems to go through the body and around the body, but the suggestion is that it has a kind of presence of a guardian spirit. Even still, it is up to the audience to decide what Lipton was trying to create. Lipton was born on November 6, 1903, in New York City. He became a dentist at the age of 24 and began sculpting at the age of 25. Lipton made Sentinel No. 2 in 1959, and he actually used Monel metal, which is the same metal they use to fill cavities. Sentinel is the second cavity filling sculpture that Lipton created that year. The first was Sentinel, which is a larger version of Sentinel No. 2, and it is currently located at Yale in the Yale University Art Gallery. Even as a novice in the world of art, I was able to see that what Lipton created was special. Lipton created a knight, yet so many people see different images in the art. I am amazed that one single sculpture can have so many different images within it, and even though two people look at the same thing, they can have two completely different interpretations. Sentinel No. 2 has made me realize that art is like life. I may go through the same experience or hear the same words as someone else, but the interpretation is still up to me, and that's okay. Not everyone has to agree all the time. I highly recommend going to see this exhibit and looking at Sentinel No. 2. Look at it from different angles and try to find what you see. Try to figure out what Lipton was trying to do, or just look at it and admire it. That's the beauty of art, is that there's no right or wrong way to look at it. I know that when I looked at the Sentinel No. 2, I saw an angel in the night.